don't let nothing marinate. We get straight to the sauce. Everything saucy. Because this is crazy, man. Like, this is crazy. This is bad. And this is why I say the Normans, I call them the Duckmans, right? We seen the first situation play right in front of our face. They kept outpricing themselves. No, you just was a $50,000 fighter. You made your first $100,000 because you won the title, which they didn't believe in you. But people talking about this Giovanni Stantillion nigga like he was that guy. He was a nobody, bro. He was a fucking nobody. Stantillion was a nobody, and y'all acting like he was the top dog at 147. No, he was a nobody because Spence, Bud, all of them niggas still was there. And Boots was the rising star making it happen. Boots was on a 6.5, 7 year mandatory. He was a mandatory challenger, and these fighters were ducking him. Then Spence went around, started collecting all of the titles. B. Norman claimed the fame with sparring Tank, sparring Bud. He went up to Philly and got his ass whipped. Know what I mean? Footage out there, he get dropped. He even got dropped by C4, Albright. But that's that. Second time, we just seen it, right? We watched Brian Norman fight the Puerto Rican boy Derek. I forgot his last name. Fought Derek, right? That week he fought Derek. He beats Derek on the, if I'm not mistaken, it was like a Thursday or Friday, right? He was on the undercard. You're a champion, but you're on the undercard, bro. Not a main event. You know what I mean? So make a long story short, you was out for a whole year. You fight this guy. You look at the stoppage in the second round. The stoppage was early. But you ain't fighting nobody. So right after that fight, you said if you win this fight, you're going to fight Boots. Boot, during the time when you beat Derek, you having a interview. Sean Zattel, shout out to the Porter Wade podcast, shout out to Sean Zattel channel. Sean asked you in Fight Hype clip, his clip, he asked you personally, what are you going to do after this? You said, I'm chasing the big fights. I want all of the titles. Then all of a sudden, here comes Jin Saki walking. Jin Saki walked up and had a note. Jin Saki is ass. Nobody know him. You supposed to do that to a bum-ass motherfucker because I do it. Make a long story short. When you took that joint, you said, I'll fight you, but let me try to get these big fight first. So once you seen what Boots did to Stanley Jonas, he beat a champion, took the title. What you do? You run straight to go fight Jin Saki. So Boots was like, and Eddie was like, all right, you fighting Jin Saki. Well, we want you to sign the contract right now for $2.4 million. Sign the contract right now so we know that if you win this fight, we can promote this fight for August, September. What you say? You want Senior one right on Mill City. Shout out to Mill City Boxing. Shout out Mill. Shout out the true undisputed champ Zab Judah. Know what I mean? Zab was nice. But we going to get to it. Senior came out and stated, why would I sign a contract if I'm already into a fight? Because you ain't believe in your son. You ain't even believe in yourself. You went over there and fought a fucking a Japanese cab driver, bro. You went over there and fought an anime character, man. An anime character. One of them Dragon Ball Z niggas, bro. That nigga went over there and fought Goku nephew, bro. Them niggas like, bro, it was a nobody. You supposed to do that. But you acting like your resume is top dog, bro. You fighting nobodies, bro. You fighting nobodies. We got to keep it tall. Last time we seen you in there with an elite Mexican, we seen what happened. We seen you in there with an elite Puerto Rican, Pacheco. Look what he did to you. And that stoppage was bullshit. When he dropped you, he exposed you. That stoppage was bullshit. Even Jim Saki had your legs, you had noodle legs, you had spaghetti legs. And you let him do that? What you think a power puncher want to do to you? Boots too big for y'all. Y'all, Boots ducking. How he ducking one? Y'all about to find out next week. Sometimes the beginning of next month. The title defense he had at 154. Then it's going to make sense to y'all. Like, oh, Talaz's a better fighter than Brian Norman. A way better fighter. A way stronger fighter. But on top of that, I'm going to be a 2-time divisional champ. Once this opportunity presents itself, which it already did because I'm the Super WBA. Bam. He got 2 title defenses. If Bachram beat his title defense, They back at it again. Now, man, this is what happened when you become super champ and you the top dog. But Norman, you had two opportunities. You turned down 1.7 and you turned down 2.4 just to sign the contract during the Jinsaki fight. Make it make sense, man. Y'all are the Duckmans. Brian the Duckman Jr. Brian Duckman Jr. and Brian Duckman Sr. Then y'all going on. And shout out to Mill City for keeping that shit tall. Bodie. Mira, papá, tú sabes. Papiski, tú sabes. Like, bro. Like, be real. You ain't fight nobody, man. Mill a live one for that, man. I fuck with Mill. Yeah, Mill a live one for that. Shout out to Boxing Eagle for always kept saying Boots looked at weight drain, and if you did look at him, he did look at weight drain. And now he get to come out and speak the truth. You know, I was a little weight drain. It's time for me to move up. I've been here 10 years. Out of the 10 years, 6.5 years, Bud and Spence was ducking me. I was the mandatory the whole time. I was Bud mandatory the first time. Then I became Spence. Then I became Bud mandatory again. They dropped the belts. Now I'm moving up to 154. He the champion recess, which we all know Charlo the real champion recess, the real true dog at 154. Everybody at 154 became email champions. Now they became email champions. Bud, Boots ain't becoming email champion. Brian Norman did. Bud ducked them little niggas and ran to 154 to go fight Madrimov. But the Duckmans, stop the narrative. Stop the bullshit. Y'all duck. The proof is out there in the pudding. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and it's just like that.